Hello and welcome to Conversations with the Candidates of KPFT's local board. This is one of several conversations that we've been having with candidates. This hour, however, we're allowing members of KPFT's volunteer staff to have their say about the radio station and some of the decisions. My name is Tim Langford. I'm with the League of Women Voters of the Houston area, and I'll be your host and moderator for this program. KPFT is a listener-sponsored radio station, one of 5 stations that make up the Pacifica radio network, the country's first and only independent radio network. The views expressed during this program are those of the station staff, not that of KPFT directly, nor are they the views of the League of Women Voters. I'm sorry, I lost my track. The League's participation should not be seen as an endorsement or of any candidate or cause. So we'll go to the ground rules. We're going to have 1-minute opening statements from each of you, and then we'll follow that up with the question and answer session. 1 minute each to answer the question that is posed to you. Your colleagues will then have 30 seconds to respond, and then you'll get another minute to respond to their feedback. And we'll just go round robin style around the table until everybody's had a chance to answer at least one question. And then you'll have a minute for a closing statement at the end. All right, everybody agree?
Sounds
Wonderful.
great.
All right. So we're going to start with Mike. You have 1 minute for an opening statement.
Hello, I'm Mike Lewis. I'm a staff volunteer at KPFT. I've been volunteering at KPFT on and off since 1985. I work on 2 programs, the prison show and the military show, and I'm in the process of doing another show on DJs of nightclubs around Houston. It's going to be called Nightlife. And I really like to, I've been on the board as a listener candidate, and I will stepped in a seat, and then I'm also was elected as a staff candidate before, and I really love KPFT, and I want to move KPFT forward.
Okay, thank you. And Sandy, you have 1 minute.
Hello, my name's Sandy Weinmann. I host a show on Saturday afternoons on KPFT called Deadbeat. I've been associated as a volunteer since 1997 and have hosted a program on my own since right at the start of 2000. I was seated on the board when it first came into creation and served 6 years. I did a stint on the national board, served as treasurer, and enjoyed that 6-year period, and now I'm coming back to return to try to help out. KPFT is in need of a 501c3 style board that demands outreach, provides goodwill, and a good measure of fundraising for our radio station. So I'm hoping to help in those 3 areas. Thank you.
Okay. And Wally, your turn.
Yeah, I'm Wally James. I produce and co-host the Progressive Forum. We've been on the air for over 22 years. And before that, I worked on a program called Enfoque for 8 years, and Talk of the Earth for 3 years. And we've been at this a long time. And I've been. This is the end of my 3rd year on the board, and I'm on the Pacifica National Board just for the last few months. But there's a lot of work to do, and I think all of us are committed to do it, to do our part to make it better.
All right, thank you. And Lillian, you have a chance now.
Yes. Hi, my name is Lillian Kerr, and I joined the Progressive Forum team in 2000, and that show airs on Thursday nights. And my segment, my contribution is a bird's eye view. I became part of the KPFT listener community back in the 1980s and have been a non-stop member ever since, and this is my first opportunity to join the local station board, and I feel very honored to be considered, and I think it's really important that we continue to move KPFT forward. We're going through some challenging times right now, and I hope I can do my part to make sure that we continue this legacy that we have built, and that we continue to take KPFT forward and build our listeners and our membership.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we'll go into the question and answer portion of the program. I want to talk first about fundraising. What are the strengths, and this is to you, Mike, what are the strengths and weaknesses of the existing models of fundraising at KPFT and Pacifica as a whole? And do you have any alternatives that might be able to bring in additional money?
What I'd like to do is start doing some more fundraising events that we did in the past. We had the Watermelon Dance Social, we had the Deadbeat Ball, and we also had the rehab bar for the, we use that for the prison show. And I'd like us to, every time that I do an event, I would always give bumper stickers and tell people about KPFT. And we need to start on the pledge drives, we need to start, getting more volunteers to come into the station, do more outreach. And a lot of times the pledge drives, they set a high goal and we don't even get part of that. But I think, we can look into possibly in writing and things like that in the future. But right now we just need to grow our membership with the station, and we need to keep maintaining our listeners at the station as well. And I would like to see us offer more gifts for people that donate money to the station like we did in the past.
Okay, I'll have to stop you right there because you've had a minute. 30 seconds for you.
Thank you. Yes, our main way of raising funds right now is fund drives. We've gone down the underwriting path without fruit. The events that Mike referred to raise maybe 1% of the total budget. They're just not going to do it. We need to become imprinted in Houston. We need to be part of the fabric of Houston, make it a friendlier face to Houston, improve the building, invite people in to host wine and cheese receptions there, have them pay for that honor, and build a donor base. It's a challenge. It's a very big challenge.
Okay. Wally?
I agree with a lot of what they just said. The fund drives just aren't raising enough money. And it's important that we keep doing that and we try and improve the way we're doing it. But also we need to have fundraisers. We need to reach out. There are some people in this city that could be major donors. If we could connect with the right people, we could get a lot more support.
Lillian?
Yeah, and again, I agree with Mike, Sandy, and Wally, but we do put in a lot of effort to these fundraising events, which with very little yield for the amount of effort that we put in. One thing that I'd like to explore with our Development and Outreach Committee is what have we done about grant writing? There's a lot of money out there available for nonprofits, and I'd like to see what we can do to help our Development Committee tap into some of those funds.
Okay. All right. So we'll go to question number 2 now, and this one's for you, Sandy. What are some of the strengths and weaknesses, in your opinion, of KPFT's current programming?
KPFT offers a diverse range of programming, certainly a strength. However, in media, it's very difficult to be all things to all people and maintain a good focus. This is a weakness at the same time it's a strength as a result. A lot of shows are not drawing very much in terms of dollars. Many shows draw nothing in terms of dollars. This needs to be examined closely. We may have the right topic and the wrong people doing them. One of the weaknesses that we've had built into our DNA over the last 15 years is change or lack of change. And that's really bad because stale media is dead media. So I'd like to see us look at the talent that we have amongst us and really improve the programming, hence improve the funding and the focus.
Okay. You have 30 seconds to respond, Wally.
Yes, we have some great programs on KPFT, music and public affairs, and it takes all of us. But we haven't really had some of the training that we need with people to increase their abilities to raise more money, and so that is something that we need to do. But I feel good about what we have, but it could definitely stand some improvement.
Okay. Lillian?
Yeah, I think we're obviously losing listenership. I'm not sure what all the reasons are, but the numbers bear that out. So something's happening. We're not connecting with our community. We're not connecting. Listeners are not finding us exciting. So I'd like to explore ways that, and there are people that want to listen to progressive media. We know they're out there, and I'd just like to figure out how we can find them and get them to listen to KPFT.
Okay. And you get 30 seconds, I'm sorry.
Okay. I've worked on the prison show since 2012, and we've always met our goal at every drive. And I've left the prison show and helped out others to show them how to volunteer, answer the phone, and I've pointed in areas of where we need to reach the audience and sell the station. And like I said before, I've always gone out onto the events and even in non-events, passed out cards and stickers. And a lot of people in the Houston area that have been here for years don't know about KPFT. But I would still like to show an example with the prison show that we always meet our goal every fund drive. And that would be something I want to teach other programmers and other programs how to do.
Okay. And so we'll go on to question number 3 now. For you, Wally, what makes KPFT and Pacifica unique when it comes to other, as compared to other listener-supported radio stations and television stations and other media?
We don't have anyone telling us, what music to play, what topics to cover. We have that freedom. And the fact that we have blues most of the day on Sunday, and we have Saturday, we have some great music programs. Sandy's is one of them. And it's something that, we need to work with. But, there's a lot that could be done. And that's what we're working towards.
Okay. Lillian, you have 30 seconds.
So most of our volunteer programmers come, such as myself and my colleagues here, come from the community. And I'd like the radio station needs to support the volunteer programmings with more training, more technical training, to help us put out a quality program. I think that would help engage more listeners and also keep the shows fresh and interesting.
I would like to, we have a diverse station and it's sponsored by a diverse group of listeners, but the Houston diversity continues to grow every day in the city, and I think we need to reach out to more of our diverse community and have more diverse programs. Keep a lot of our programs that we have, but offer more voices to the voiceless that don't have voices out there in the community.
Okay. And
KPFT is truly unique unto itself, Tim. I can't say that loudly enough. We have no direction. We bring our own material. It's our own words, our own music. It is a gem. It needs to be protected. It needs to be cherished. There is nothing else like it on any media in Houston. It's totally unique. It really is. So when you ask what the difference is, everything is different.
Okay.
And not being commercial is everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to break format of what's been established because I think this needs more of a discussion around this. I'm going to start with you, Lillian, and I'm going to give each of you a minute to answer this. Is that all right? Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think are the most serious problems and what needs the most attention at KPFT?
Thanks, Tim. That's a very easy question. We are losing listeners and we are losing money. I am obviously not on the board right now, so I don't know what the reasons are for that. But it is a concern to all of us around this table. I know we're all very concerned about losing listeners and losing money. And what can we do? It's like we need more listeners, but in order to have more listeners, we've got to have more money to produce better programs or to do more outreach, get billboards, more bumper stickers, put on more events. All this requires money. So it's a chicken and egg thing. I honestly don't know what the solution is, but my hope is that once I'm involved at the local station board, is I'm ready to roll my sleeves up and do what needs to be done, whatever the work is, because we all care passionately about KPFT and the Pacifica mission that it stands for, and we all want to do what needs to be done to keep it succeeding.
All right. Mike, you have 1 minute.
I would like us to reach out more to the community and reach out to the millennials and the younger generation. But I want to stop all the infighting that's been going on at the board and the station. We're all here for KPFT. We're not here for Mike Lewis. We're not here for Wally James. We're not here for Lillian. Not here for Sandy. We are here for KPFT because we all love this station. And the listeners, we need to listen to them more, what they want for programming, what they want us to do. It's not about, being an individual, it's about serving the community for KPFT.
Okay. And you have 1 minute.
Thank you. I don't think that we've had good guidance, good training, good selection of programming over the course of the last 15 years or so. Media is a real challenge these days. There's a lot of it. The listener or viewer is faced with so many choices. So why should they choose you? You have to be on top of your game, everybody that's on the air. Our programming is our product. We need training very badly, both in terms of fundraising and outreach for the individual programmers and programming communities, and also for the station in general. Again, the appearance of the station, the way it's imprinted into Houston or not imprinted into Houston is a really big thing. And we need to move in those areas aggressively to make a difference at this point. We're really behind the 8 ball. Our website is atrocious. That's another thing, the digital footprint needs to be improved greatly. Thank you.
And Wally?
Talking about young people, I mean, that's what we need, is to bring in more young people. Unfortunately, a lot of young people are not listening to the radio at all. They're listening to the music they want to hear, the talk they want to hear on the web, on iPod, on programming that's available there. So it's going to really take an effort, but I think that we can, reach a lot more people. We do need to, as Mike was saying, listen to the community, and we need to have more public events where people can find out about us. I mean, billboards would be great if we could afford it, but unfortunately we can't do that now.
Okay. All right. So we've all had a chance to answer at least one question each. So we're going to do a 1-minute closing statement. We'll begin with you, Mike.
I would like to get elected back onto the board so I can, stop the infighting, bring all the new technology, and slowly bring it in, and also settle our debts. One thing we need to do is get in control of our debts, and then once we do that, we can grow as a station. And I want to pull more diverse community, because the prison show is a very diverse community that we serve, and the military show as well. And we want to continue to be a voice for the voiceless.
Okay.
Thank you. In the previous stint on the board, I chaired the program council for 4 years. We reviewed every program and provided meaningful feedback to every single program. Some programmers listened, other times we had different results, but the point being is that we were able to make a difference. I'd like to be back on the board to help make a difference with our product, our programming, to help with the fundraising, to try to make sure that we're oriented in the right direction, to become Houston friendly and become imprinted in Houston. And when you come to town, you turn on the radio and you turn on KPFT. That's what you do. Just like in New Orleans, maybe you turn on OOZ, or in Tampa, MNF, or KBOO in Portland. We need to be that station. And we need to, as Mike said, listen to our public, find out what they want, and make sure that we deliver loud and clear. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And Wally, you have the last word.
All right, we have been, I've been with the station for about 35 years when you count everything, and it has been a labor of love, and I want to keep doing everything I can. I'm currently on the board. I'm trying to be reelected, and I'm on the national board, and I see a lot of good things happening, but I would really like to, reach out to people to vote for me and help keep me on the board, and it's something that's very important.
Okay. And I apologize. I said that he was going to have the last word, but Lillian, that comes to you because you're number 4.
No worries. The reason I'm running for the board, as I stated in my opening statement, is because I care about KPFT, I care about the Pacifica mission, and I care about what we're doing, each of us, with each of our programs. We each serve a vital, crucial aspect of the Pacifica mission, which I proudly and passionately believe in. next year, 2020, is the 50th anniversary of KPFT. I'd like us to be going strong for another 50 years after that, and I'd like to do what I can do to be part of that effort. Thank you.
All right. I thank all of you for joining me today, and I hope that you who are watching have enjoyed this conversation. You can visit kpft.org if you would like to watch or listen to any of the candidate conversations that are available to you. Ballots for the election will be sent out to all KPFT member listeners on August 15th. They do need to be returned by October 15th. And you can learn more about the KPFT election at elections.pacifica.org. Thank you for joining me on this program. I'm Tim Langford with the League of Women Voters of the Houston area. To learn more about the League of Women Voters, you can visit our website at www.lwvhouston.org. Thank you so much.